Tonight on NewsWatch Ole Miss, the mother of a school shooter has been found guilty of involuntary manslaughter.
Plus, new research finds that Mississippi residents have been doing a good job of keeping up with credit card debt. Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. I'm Logan Green.
And I'm Phoebe Kramer.
We start the night off with an update on the trial in Michigan for the mother of Oxford High School shooter Ethan Crumbley.
That's right. She was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter. Reporter Michael Yoshida has more on this story.
We find the defendant guilty.
A Michigan jury finding Jennifer Crumbley guilty of involuntary manslaughter for her role in the deaths of 4 students killed by her son Ethan at a high school in 2021.
It was a long time coming, but it's definitely a step toward accountability.
Prosecutors argued Jennifer Crumbley is responsible for the deaths because she was grossly negligent in giving a gun to her son, who was only 15 at the time, and said she failed to act after a school counselor recommended she and her husband take Ethan home from school on the day of the shooting to get immediate mental health treatment.
She had a legal duty. She negligently performed that legal duty. She negligently did not take steps to take care and protect the other children in that school.
Her defense attorney said the blame for the shooting should fall on other people, including Crumbley's husband, for not properly securing the firearm, the school for failing to alert her about her son's behavioral issues, and Ethan himself, who pulled the trigger and was sentenced last year to life in prison without parole.
I am asking that you find Jennifer Crumbley not guilty, not just for Jennifer Crumbley, but for every mother who's out there doing the best they can, who could easily be in her shoes.
The jury deliberated for more than 10 hours before reaching the historic verdict.
This is trailblazer of a case, and it could have repercussions in the criminal law across the country.
You cannot choose to not take care of your child. You cannot choose to not nurture your child.
I'm Michael Yoshida reporting.
A Mississippi judge dropped the charges against 10-year-old Quantavious Eason for urinating near his mother's car. The original charge stated that Eason would have to serve probation and write a book report on Kobe Bryant. His mother was upset with this because she felt that they treated her son as a criminal. Following a hearing Monday, the new terms state that Eason will be designated a child in need of supervision.
New research shows Mississippi residents do a pretty good job of staying on top of credit card debt. The state's ranked number 5 when it comes to credit card balances. NewsWatch reporter Camille Cochran found an Ole Miss expert to offer insights into the research.
It could be a reflection of a low income level. Income levels in Mississippi and Tennessee and in the South are generally lower. And he said he bet if you looked at it as a percentage of average income, it would be higher.
Business professor Lynn Kugley is especially concerned about younger people who may have not received financial literacy education.
Yeah, no, I didn't know about the importance of credit until I was getting my apartment. I was like, oh, maybe I should start that. So it was kind of just hit me like a train, and I was like, okay, time to learn about it a little bit.
Some students were taught how to handle money and have financial success, but this is not always the case.
Every time I make money, I spend it immediately. So That's a problem of mine that I have that I need to get better at with my money.
Dude, I don't think we know enough about that whole game, in my opinion, because I barely know enough about it. I just started doing it, so high school or just education in general doesn't really prepare us for that, I wouldn't say.
Dr. Kugley believes that there is a lack of financial education for young people and that contributes to trouble with money for young people.
I've taught it. I went to the University of Memphis, and I've taught at Christian Brothers and now at Ole Miss. The personal finance class was always a junior level. It was 300, 3,000, whatever. I said, that's too late. You can screw yourself up really badly by your junior year.
With credit card use still on a steady incline in the U.S., these issues will only become more relevant in the coming years. Camille Cochran, NewsWatch Ole Miss.
The construction of new animal shelter in Lafayette County is in progress. Building official Joel Howell stated that the foundation and plumbing infrastructure has been installed and the concrete slab is almost ready to be poured. The shelter is expected to be completed in mid-late summer. It is located on 3 acres of land that will be given plenty of room for the animals to exercise outdoors. A common New Year's resolution that people set to focus on is more their physical health. NewsWatch reporter Meredith Lakehart visited a local gym to hear more about some people choose to accomplish this goal.
These folks are part of a national trend focusing on physical health in 2024. Shed Fitness Director Mason Newman says he's happy to see the gym filling up.
It's a new year, especially after the snowpocalypse we just had. People are really excited to get back to that grind, focus more on their bodies, getting healthy and strong for the spring and the summer.
One athlete in particular is RJ Farrell, a new Shed member looking to jump into his fitness journey this year.
I joined Shed. Had some friends that were involved here. Stay in shape, keep up with my kids. They are energetic, so I'm just trying to keep up with them.
According to Mason, the best way to begin a path of fitness is to hit it head on.
Because we just want to find what works for you. There's several flavors to exercise, HIIT classes, strength conditioning, powerlifting. You just got to find that niche that you enjoy and stick with it.
Almost half of the people surveyed about their New Year's goals picked fitness. 1 month into 2024, these people are sticking with it. From NewsWatch, I'm Meredith Lakehart.
The Alderman Board is holding an election tonight to induct a new at-large member. Candidates including Mary Martha Crow, Brad Feltenstein, and Jason Plunk were greeting voters at the Oxford Conference Center this morning. All Oxford residents are eligible to vote, and polls will be open until 7 p.m. The results are set to be announced later this evening. A poll found that most Americans want a verdict on the charges made against former President Donald Trump before they vote in the November election. There are 4 criminal accusations related to Trump's alleged agenda to overturn the 2020 election results, 2 of which are federal. The poll was conducted by the SSRS and concluded that almost half of Americans say reaching a conclusion in his case is essential for the election. 11% say that the trial should be postponed until after the election. About 25% say that the timing doesn't matter. Now let's check in with our weather anchor, Seth Parenteau, for a look at your weather conditions.
Thank you, Logan. Well, it is currently 59 degrees here in Oxford with sunny skies and a light breeze of about 5 miles per hour. However, it does look like we have some rain heading our way in the next couple of days, so make sure to stay tuned for your full forecast. NewsWatch Ole Miss, we'll be right back.
Mississippi?
Hey, Mississippi.
Don't trash Mississippi. Because picking up litter costs us time
and money.
MDOT spends $3.2 million a year picking up litter.
That's money that could be used to maintain roads and bridges,
Patch potholes,
and focus on improving Mississippi's infrastructure.
Please help us help you.
We can't do it without you. Don't trash Mississippi.
Don't trash Mississippi.
All right, I'm in the house.
Okay, what do you see?
Nothing yet. Hold on, I think I just heard something. I'm heading upstairs.
Okay, I am almost there.
I'm in the bedroom.
Okay.
Oh shit, it's not here.
What?
The gun's not here.
What do you mean? Where is it?
Cameron, are you in there? Open the door. Cam, come on, Cameron.
I'm here at the scene of tomorrow's shooting, where a 15-year-old will kill 4 children, 2 adults, and then turn the gun on himself.
When the shooting starts happening tomorrow, first I'll probably just think it's firecrackers or a car backfiring or something.
He told some of us that his dad kept the gun in his closet, and he always talked about using it on, you know, the people that bullied him. Tomorrow I'll probably say that I wish I told someone.
You know, after the shooting, we're gonna feel pretty bad about picking on him, but until then, we'll probably just keep doing it because he's pretty weird.
Tomorrow I'll probably point out that something has seemed off with him since the beginning of the school year.
And I'm now joined by the officers who will be the first responders tomorrow. What additional details can you share with us?
Well, someone is expected to tell us after the shooting that the shooter has been posting on social media about doing this for weeks.
So how will you explain the shooting to your daughter?
Actually, I won't get to explain it to her because she won't make it.
This is Christine Lynn, reporting from the scene of another shooting we'll say we never saw coming.
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. A long-awaited sitting bipartisan board deal has been a huge conversation in Congress. The bill would drastically change the asylum process and grant new powers to the president. Gloria Pazmino breaks down the details to this hot topic.
Amid an intensifying migrant surge at the U.S. southern border and raging conflicts overseas, a bipartisan legislative proposal was unveiled Sunday to address these crises and dramatically change the U.S. immigration law for the first time in decades.
This bill is vital to America's future interests.
Among the changes, new emergency authority for the executive branch to restrict border crossings if certain numbers are reached, raising the legal standard of proof to pass the initial screening for asylum, expediting the asylum process from years to 6 months, and a new process for U.S. citizenship and immigration services to decide asylum claims without going through the courts.
All the things that we build into this to make this a much stronger system, gaps that are in the law get closed in this structure.
The $118.2 billion package also provides critical aid to key U.S. allies abroad, including additional support for Ukraine, security assistance for Israel, as well as humanitarian assistance for civilians in Gaza and the West Bank. While Senate leadership is pushing for passage,
We have to persist because this legislation is too important to the country.
the compromise faces an uncertain future. GOP House Speaker Mike Johnson calling it dead on arrival, despite demands from Republicans to contend with the border crisis.
We have to decide as Republicans, what are we going to actually do about the border?
In New York, I'm Gloria Pazmino.
The bill also includes provisions preserving presidential power to grant humanitarian parole, a 5-year expansion of immigrant visas, and a pathway to citizenship for Afghans paroled into the U.S., among other items. Republican senators met yesterday to discuss the way forward and decide if they will be support of this bill becoming a law. Speaker of House Mike Johnson says that he believes the bill will actually make things worse.
This Sunday, the Senate was supposed to release a supplemental funding bill that we've been waiting on for a couple of months now, and it was supposed to have a border security set of provisions in it. That is not what we got. We got a supplemental funding proposal with immigration provisions. It's not a border security bill. It doesn't do anything of the sort. In fact, in our view, after a careful, thoughtful review of this, we believe that if those provisions were to make law, it might actually make the situation worse.
President Biden also expressed his opinion on the bill and the Republican Party's decision to no longer support it.
Bottom line is this bipartisan bill is a win for America because it makes important fixes to our broken immigration system. And it's the toughest, fairest law that's ever been proposed relative to the border. The reforms in this bill are essential for making our border more orderly, more humane, and more secure. If the bill fails, I want to be absolutely clear about something. The American people are going to know why it failed. I'll be taking this issue to the country, and the voters are going to know that it's not just a moment, just at the moment, we're going to secure the border and fund these other programs. Trump and the MAGA Republicans said no, because they're afraid of Donald Trump. Afraid of Donald Trump. Every day between now and November, the American people are going to know that the only reason the border is not secure is Donald Trump and his MAGA Republican friends.
A Senate floor test vote is slated to take place no later than tomorrow.
A clinical trial is underway for Elon Musk's new Lark. This device will be implanted into the brain in hopes of helping paralyzed humans regain mobility. The new Lark was previously tested on monkeys, none of which were harmed. Musk said that the brain implant research could eventually add a symbolic digital layer of the human brain, merging with AI with thought. Opinions on this new development are controversial, as many people question whether or not it is safe and ethical for humanity. McDonald's is set to cut the prices on some of their menu items following unexpected sale drops in the U.S. locations. The prices have increased by about 10% over the last year. The company's CEO had previously bragged about able to keep up strong sales despite the ever-raising prices. There has been no information so far on the timing or amount of price cuts. With the Super Bowl... Now let's...
Well, as it stands right now, we are looking at a current temperature, again, of 59 degrees here in Oxford. And if we take a look, as we head into tonight, we are looking at a low of 34 degrees with clear skies. But I'll have more on increasing conditions and possible rain this upcoming weekend. NewsWatch Ole Miss will be right back.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Is my light bright enough?
You're such a glow-off.
Well, you know. And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. The trees stand tall. Mother, mother, you tell me to stay rooted. The trees' roots go deep. You tell me to focus on my breath, and the trees breathe for the earth. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? Will you be the kind that makes shade, or the kind that shows a new way? Might you be the kind to hug, or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter which you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind. The child had a few more questions after that, and the forest had plenty of answers.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Each year, hurricanes and major flooding threaten cities, towns, and rural homes across the Gulf states. So chances are there will be more storms and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss with Sports Watch. I'm Seth Parento. Well, as it stands right now, we are looking at a current temperature of 59 degrees here in Oxford with sunny skies and just a light breeze coming north-northwest at 5 miles per hour. And if we take a look across the rest of northern Mississippi, you will be seeing temperatures relatively consistent in the mid-50s to upper 60s, with Tupelo currently being us all out at 62. And as we head into this evening, we are looking at a low of 34 degrees with clear skies. That's actually kind of bad for us temperature-wise because it allows that heat to escape as opposed to trapping in the warm air with clouds. And again, that breeze will remain consistent at around 2 to 5 miles per hour with a light chance of precipitation at around 8%. And as we head into tomorrow, again, it is spring in Mississippi, so we're in those fluctuating temperature areas. We're looking at a high of 64 with some clouds rolling in and that breeze staying consistent at 6 miles per hour. And if you look across the rest of northern Mississippi for tomorrow, you'll be seeing temperatures relatively consistent in the low to mid 60s, with again Tupelo beating us all out for the high of 66 degrees. And for your 5-day forecast, as you can see, as we head into the weekend, temperatures will be climbing drastically with a warm front heading our way, and the cloud coverage keeping that warm air trapped in, leading to lows only in the mid 50s.
Well, I'll tell you, Seth, I am so excited that it's finally heating up. I'm sick and tired of the winter.
Me too. Unfortunately, though, This is spring in Mississippi, so by next week, it could be back down in the 30s. Who knows?
With all the rain and stuff, too.
Fingers crossed we don't have a repeat of that whole sleet and snow situation.
Oh, I really hope so. No, I really do.
Cannot bear to stand it. But enough about weather. What's going on in the world of sports, Campbell?
Well, coming up in sports, the men's basketball team is back in action tonight as they face South Carolina. And the women's golf team wrapped up play at the Puerto Rico Classic. I'll have that and more up next in sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Do you love sports? Then you should know about STEM. Because maximizing nutrition, analyzing peak muscle performance, calculating the perfect shot, and more are all made possible by science, technology, engineering, and math. In fact, there are more careers than ever in sports science. So if you have a passion for sports, then think about getting involved in STEM and improve everyone's game on and off the field. Get inspired at SheCanSTEM.com.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Welcome back. I'm Campbell Holmes with Sports Watch. Well, Rebel fans, when our show ends, be sure to tune into the men's basketball game as they'll be tipping off right at 5:30 in South Carolina against the Gamecocks. Rebs are hoping to get a bounce back as they received a tough loss from Auburn on Saturday. And the Gamecocks have only lost 2 conference games this season, totaling up their record overall to 19-3. And this matchup will be a classic offense versus defense as South Carolina's leading scorer, Meechie Johnson, is averaging just under 15 points per game. And Ole Miss is ranked 6th in college basketball in blocks, averaging over 6 per game. You'll be able to watch this game in the Colonial Life Arena on the SEC Network. And just this afternoon, Ole Miss baseball's own Trayson Hughes has been named to one of the 2024 preseason All-America teams. This junior transfer had a total RBI of 105 and has collected 127 runs scored over the past 2 seasons. And Hughes was named onto one of these teams just as a freshman in 2022 after hitting 14 home runs in this season with the Mercer Bears. And the Rebels are so proud of Hughes for adding this accolade and looks forward to what he'll be doing for Ole Miss this upcoming season. And taking things to the course, the women's golf team is wrapping things up at their spring season open in Puerto Rico. Today was their last day of play and finished in 12th place after shooting a 3-day score of 882. Senior Andrea Lignell ended this tournament tied for 35th with a total score of 220. And these Rebs will be traveling to Melbourne, Florida for the annual Moon Golf Invitational next weekend, February 18th through 20th. And Reb Talk with voice of the Rebels, David Kellum, and Ole Miss special guest is finally back as they announced their spring schedule at Bourré earlier yesterday. DK will be bringing in Rebel head coaches like Coach Yo, Mike Bianco, and Chris Beard to talk all things Ole Miss sports. Reb Talk will be live at Bourré on the Square on Thursday starting at 6, and fans are invited to come in, eat some good food, and listen to the best talk about their sports. The next Reb Talk will be this Thursday as Coach Bianco will be joining DK, and next week will be Coach Beard talking about his up-and-coming culture with the Rebs. And that's all I've got for sports. So be sure to follow us on X at rebel_watch for the latest sports updates. Back to you guys at the desk.
Looking for an interesting way to break up with your partner?
Well, Pizza Hut has the answer. We'll tell you more after the break.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs? Just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world? You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
All right, guys, Pizza Hut has introduced a new way to break up with your significant other before Valentine's Day. Up until February 14th, you can buy a limited edition pizza that is sure to be a heartbreaker.
This hot and honey broken heart-shaped pizza comes in a customized box with a spot to write their name.
This deal is available in New York, Chicago, and Miami locations. But don't worry, if you live somewhere else, Pizza Hut will send you a breakup text and a gift card to your future ex.
If you're looking for an innovative way to ruin someone's Valentine's Day, visit goodbyepies.com.
Wow.
I mean,
wow.
I know I don't live in any of those locations, not anymore, but I mean, I probably would just send one to myself. I've been alone.
We should all share one, shouldn't
Oh my
we?
God, please, NewsWatch party, breakup pizza?
Yes, I would love a slice of heartbreak pizza.
Ooh, we can watch like The Notebook or something. It'll be fabulous.
Yes.
Just cry, it'll be great. Valentine's Day.
Exactly.
Usher fans, listen up. Usher just announced his past, present, future tour. The show will start on August 20th in Washington, D.C. and end 2 months later in Chicago.
Some other cities Usher is visiting include Philadelphia, Atlanta, Dallas, and Miami. Pre-sale tickets go on sale tomorrow morning.
In addition to the tour, Usher will be releasing his 9th album, Coming Home, this Friday.
And taking a look at our weather just one more time before we wrap up. As you can see, we have that rain coming in this weekend, so if you have any weekend plans outdoors, make sure to bring either a raincoat or an umbrella.
Well, that's all we have tonight. Tune in tomorrow. I'm Logan Green.
And I'm Phoebe Kramer with yours latest news.
And I'm Campbell Holmes with Sports Watch.
And with Stormwatch, I'm Seth Parento.
Be sure to keep up with on our socials and tune in tomorrow at 5.